Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. You can go ahead. Don't stay here because you are making...
Make some gestures. Okay, okay, put your hands together, and then as you bring them apart, I'll tell you where your edge of frame is. Right there. So where your pinkies are, that's your edge of frame.
This is the edge of frame?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Close the door. Alright, so hello everybody, this is Rex Valakorum with a new video for today, and you probably know, if you live in America or pretty much everywhere in the world, that another mass shooting happened in Texas, this time in Odessa, Texas. And as usual, immediately after such an unfortunate event happens, after a crazy lunatic person opens fire and kills a lot of people, immediately on the TV, in the media, on the social media, liberal leftists, they start always with the same arguments. We need more gun control, we need more regulation, we need this and we need that. Never ever thinking to address what the real problem is: societal decay and crazy people which are not checked in mental institutions. So because this is what always happens, this is like always the same argument: we need more gun control, we need more regulations. I'm going to make this video today about firearms and about regulations. What firearms are, how they operate, and what the regulations are, and basically I'm going to try to dismantle the left's arguments. And I'm going to start with the one that I hear the most lately, is that nobody needs an AR-15. This is what they are saying. Nobody needs an AR-15. Now, this is an AR-15. Okay? So, do I need an AR-15 or I don't need an AR-15? Is the need written anywhere in the Constitution and in the Bill of Rights? Well, it's very simple. The Constitution has a Bill of Rights, not a Bill of Needs. So the Constitution doesn't care about what liberals think I need. The Constitution guarantees my right to own a firearm. Whether I need an AR-15 or I need a simple revolver or a shotgun, that is not the point, okay? What I need, it's up to me. The Constitution doesn't say anything about what I need. The Constitution is very specific, protecting my right to own a gun. What gun? That is up to me. It's an AR-15, it could be a lever gun, it could be a shotgun, it could be a revolver. The Constitution doesn't go into specifics. In Heller versus DC, in the landmark Scotus case, what the majority opinion was, actually is, the firearms which are in common use by the people are protected under the Second Amendment. So basically, if a firearm is popular and enough Americans they own it and they shoot it, it is protected by the Second Amendment. Now, the AR-15, there are probably at least 70 to 80 million firearms in civilian hands today. So by far, it is the most popular firearm manufactured and owned today in America. So that means it is also protected under the Second Amendment, and it cannot be subject to restrictions, to any kind of common sense regulation. Okay? Second argument I hear from liberal is that an AR-15 is a very powerful weapon of war, and it shouldn't be in civilian hands because it's deadly and is somehow very powerful, and its bullets are magical, and they kill people very efficiently and stuff like that. Well, this is the AR-15 as I showed it to you. This is a cowboy gun, a lever gun, right? Looks so innocent and cute and elegant, and is not scary enough. It is not scary at all, actually, right? Well, here's the deal. Since you don't know anything about firearms and about what ammunition they fire, this is an AR-15 bullet, and this is a lever gun round. Actually, both are rounds, okay? This AR-15 is basically a varmint round. It's a 2-3 caliber, meaning 22 diameter bullet, fired out of this rifle at about 2,800, 3,000 feet per second. This is a 45 caliber round, 454 Casull. The hole it produces is about 2.5 times wider than this. And it also, I can load these rounds at around 2,000 feet per second. Basically, if I would have to choose to be shot, God forbid, but let's say I'm tied up to a chair and a mafia boss is asking me, I'm gonna shoot you with one round, which one do you prefer? And what I'm gonna say, whatever you do, don't shoot me with this, with a 45 caliber 454 Casull. Shoot me with a 223. I might have chances to survive. With this one, no way, Jose. I'm dead. Only one. It's all it takes. Okay? So this cute, innocent looking, elegant rifle, which is not scary at all, is actually twice as powerful than this rifle, than the AR-15. Furthermore, this is a fall rifle. It operates exactly like the AR-15. Yet, nobody seems to be concerned about fall. It's a semi-automatic, just like the AR-15. It has the same features, and it fires a round called 308 or 7.62 by 51 millimeters. Which is like this. Compare it with this. FAL AR-15. This one, no liberal cares about it. This one, everybody goes crazy. Why is that? Okay, next point. Semi-automatic guns. Liberals say semi-automatic guns are dangerous. Well, all guns, most guns owned in America today are semi-automatics. Let me give you an example. Semi-automatic, Semi-automatic. This doesn't look scary at all, right? It's a semi-automatic. Works just like the other ones. Semi-automatic. A pistol is a semi-automatic. What semi-automatic means? You load it, you put a round in the pipe, you pull the trigger, it fires a round, it stops. You pull the trigger, fires a round, it stops. Pull the trigger, fires a round, it stops until the magazine is empty. Fully automatic, because this is what you believe these guns are, works like this. You put a magazine in, put a round in the pipe, you pull the trigger and one pull of trigger, it empties the magazines. One after another. You don't have to pull the trigger several times, you just keep it pressed and it's going to empty the magazine. Okay, that is full automatic. In America today, most guns are semi-automatic. They can look like this, they can look like the AR, they can look like FAL, they can look like the SKS. Okay? All of them are semi-automatics. Telling people that you want to ban semi-automatics, it means that you want to ban everything, including this. Okay? So it's good to know that you really want to ban every gun in America. And that's not gonna happen, sweethearts. Next. Always hear the argument, if background checks become universal, the crime rate will be reduced greatly. Well, I have bad news for you, because the state of California commissioned a study about the results of universal background checks in this state. The study was paid by the state of California and was done by the Violence Prevention and Research Program. They put millions of dollars in this study. They researched databases from law enforcement in California. As you might already know, California has universal background checks since 1991. Okay? Since 1991. It also has 10-day wait cooling period, which means you go and buy a gun, but you have to wait for 10 days. You pass the background check, then you wait 10 days, and after 10 days you can go and pick up your gun. Okay, so 1991 until present days, actually the study was published in 1998. They did a research, and what they found out is all these laws had zero, absolutely zero impact on decreasing crime. If anything, in California, crime increased. Okay? So why don't you try to find this study, read it online, and see if it's a good idea to apply it everywhere in America, since it didn't work in California. And California is one of the most regulated states in the United States. So you want to take something that failed in California and implement it in the rest of the 49 states. That's a great idea. Only a liberal can think about that. Next, another argument I hear from liberals, especially liberal women who hate guns, is if guns would be regulated as much as my vagina, mass shooting wouldn't happen. Well, let me see. If your vagina would be regulated like guns, then you would need a permit to take your vagina out of your home. In order to get a permit to get your vagina out of home, you would need to pass a background check. You will need to go to the sheriff's department, have your vagina examined, pay a fee, let an officer to examine your vagina, then get a full day of training on how to use your vagina. And then if you are proficient in using your vagina, then you get a permit to carry your vagina. Also, when you go and want to have sex with somebody, so basically you give your vagina to somebody, okay, either male or female, I don't care about that, you would be required to your partner will be required to pass a background check. See if he's not a criminal, and if he's a criminal, he wouldn't be allowed to have sex with you. Well, if actually guns would be regulated as much, as little of your vagina, we gun owners would be actually very, very happy. Last point, and I'm gonna end with this one. Every time a shooting happens, liberals, they start screaming that we need to keep guns out of hands of criminals. Well, I'm sorry to give you the bad news, but most criminals, most perpetrators of mass shootings are already prohibited criminals, people that are felons and are prohibited from owning guns. Case in point, the last shooting in Texas, the shooter, he tried to pass a background check to buy a gun and he was rejected. So this thing that somehow people are able to go at any store and buy a gun without having a background check is not true. It is also very obvious that the guy failed the background check, yet still he was able to obtain a gun and shoot people. How did he obtain it? Well, obviously, illegally, okay, which means he bought it off the black market somehow, okay? And what is buying a gun off the black market? Is illegal. There is already a law about buying illegal guns of the illegal black market. So he was a felon, he failed the background check, was rejected from buying a gun legally, he went away anyway and he bought it. Did the law, the background check law, stop him? Absolutely not. By definition, criminals don't obey laws. So I'm going to end here. I'm going to remind you to like this video and post it on your social media if you liked it. Check out my website, rexvalacorum.com, rexvalacorum with 2L.com. My Patreon page, all the links are there. Like the video and feel free to comment and to criticize me and to like me or dislike me. It's entirely up to you. Have a great day. Until next time, this is Rex Valacorum signing off.